All right, everyone. I just wanted to give a quick update, finance update, in more of a real time. This is not going to be a super detailed, similar to my quarterly updates, but this is more of real time, and it's based on what's happening right now with the current market situation. So the markets have been dropping this year. My portfolios are down collectively around 6%. It's been volatile, but I think this has a lot to do with what's going on globally, especially recently with the Israel-Iran situation and the potential problem we're going to have with oil. And we're already feeling that here in Laos. I think the market was due for a cool off, which started late last year, although I was expecting some type of pullback. So yeah, the pullback is not significant. It can get worse. It can always get worse. It's only 6% on my portfolio, but it does matter when you're in my situation. So just very briefly, I was forced to early retirement last year. I lost my job, the Doge cuts, and now I had to move back to Laos. And I'm on a modest budget. I'm not a millionaire, and I don't have a perpetual cash flow system built, unfortunately. So I have a small portfolio that I need to manage. And when you have a 6% drawdown and knowing it could get worse, it can work on your nerves a little bit. So my plan this year was to start building up more cash reserves. I just got my financial plan from a financial planner that I paid a couple $1,000s for earlier this year. Plan is to build up my reserves for a good at least 1 to 2 years cash, and that was supposed to actually be starting now. So of course the cash reserves give you enough to be able to see through any longer term downturns in the market. For my personal risk level, I'm okay with 2 years. Ideally 3 would be nice, but I think that's a little too conservative for me. And I don't expect that the next couple years with some of the investments I'm in. But the problem with building up a cash reserve, which is what I was intending to start right now, this does affect that, because I don't want to be selling my investments in a downturn, especially in some of the ones that I'm in, which are experiencing more downturn than the normal average S&P 500. Selling those stocks right now, those positions, would be locking in losses. I would be fulfilling that dreaded sequence of returns risk that you don't want to enter in retirement or any kind of retirement, especially when this is a portfolio that needs to last me at least for 30 more years. This is exactly the situation you want to avoid. So I'm in it live right now. This is one of the biggest risks with early retirement. Spending too much and the sequence of returns risk. So unless you have millions, it's not what you have invested, it's what's actually happening with the market at the time you need the money. And right now, it's just not very ideal timing to be liquidating my portfolio. But the good news is I have hopefully 10 to 12 months worth of cash yet. Because remember last year, I didn't have enough time to build up a cash reserve, ideally to go into retirement, because of losing my job with not much notice. But I'm not in a terrible position, and I'm not stressed yet about it. It just means I need to be a little more careful with our spending right now, because we don't know how long this will last, and maybe things will lighten up sooner, hopefully. I mean, I'll be honest, I am a little nervous, of course. You've got one shot at retirement, and my job prospects don't look very good right from here. But I think that's pretty normal, especially when you see the market dropping and you don't have any income coming in. You'll feel it more. But I'm not reacting, and I'm not changing the plan. I'm just going to delay implementing this first part of the plan. So at this point, it's just a matter of not reacting, staying calm, praying that things recover pretty quickly, and then I can go back to building that cash buffer, hopefully by mid-year. But this is just part of the process in early retirement. I'm a living experiment of whether this will work or not. I don't have any income from YouTube. I don't have any other income. So my portfolio is all I have. This is the real life, and this is not theory or paperwork. So you might see me crash and burn, or hopefully you'll see how I can get through this difficult period. And I think if you're in a difficult period like this, I'd love to hear from you what you're doing. And anyway, I just wanted to share where I'm at right now while it's fresh and while the market is doing what it's doing, and I'll keep giving you updates on whether on the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you're investing or you're actually in retirement now, I mean, this is some of the stuff you don't see people actually going through and deciding how they're going to deal with this kind of situation. Usually it's retroactive videos on what did I do, but this is what I'm doing right now. This is real. And this is the hard part to show. You know, people want to show their successes. They don't want to show their failures. I'm not in a failure state yet, but I don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, I appreciate it. I'd like to hear from you. Where are you at in this situation? Does this market kind of scare you? I've seen volatility. I've been watching the market for a long time, and I know it goes up and down. The problem is you don't know how far it will go, and it can get much worse, and you don't know how long it will stay there. That's the biggest question. How long does it stay there? So we're March 2026, and next month I'll give an update, quarterly update on my financial situation, and with a little more detail. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Take care. God bless. Take it slow.